Welcome to today's explainer. We click, we swipe, we stream, and boom, it's just there. It feels like magic, right? But honestly, beneath that illusion of instant delivery is this incredibly brilliant, highly engineered global system. So today, we're going to dive right into it and really master the edge. Okay, picture this. A company hosts its primary servers in London, but how on earth does a user sitting in Tokyo get that content instantly? Just think about the actual physical distance for a second. A data request literally has to leave a phone in Japan, navigate local networks, dive deep underwater to travel across thousands of miles of submarine cables, hit European infrastructure, finally reach a data server in London, and then do the whole trip in reverse. In networking, we call this the distance problem. And distance? Well, distance creates delay. That delay is exactly what we mean when we talk about high latency.
And latency is a massive deal because speed is literally your competitive advantage. Think about it. When you fire up Netflix or YouTube, you're dealing with massive video files. If all that data had to make a global round trip from one single location every single time you hit play, the buffering would be completely out of control. The user experience would just absolutely tank. Modern users, us included, we expect things to be instant. So latency isn't just some annoying IT headache for the server team, it is a massive existential business risk. If your app is slow, your users are gone. It's really that simple.
So how do we fix this? Well, it actually helps to look at physical supply chains. Imagine a company selling products all over the world, but they only have one single warehouse, right in the middle of London. If someone in Tokyo orders a product, it's going to take weeks to ship. That's our direct connection with high latency. But what if that same company builds local warehouses in Tokyo, Sydney, New York, and Dubai? Now, when that Tokyo customer hits buy, the product ships from just down the street. It arrives incredibly fast, and we are going to apply that exact same real-world shipping logic to our internet traffic.
Which brings us to the absolute ultimate solution for latency, the Content Delivery Network, or CDN. Basically, this is a globally distributed network of servers that stores copies of content closer to the users. They are literally the digital local warehouses for the entire internet. Their whole job is to completely bypass that massive global distance, crush the latency, and distribute traffic so that content gets delivered at lightning speed, no matter where you happen to be sitting on the planet.
Now, a CDN is powered by something very specific: edge servers. These are the distributed servers physically sitting near the end users. We're talking servers actually located in Tokyo, Mumbai, or Sydney. If the CDN is the global warehouse company, well, the edge server is the specific physical warehouse building located right in your city. Because we store a local copy of a website's content right there in Tokyo, that user in Japan never actually has to communicate with a server in Europe. The whole long-distance trip, totally eliminated, and latency drops to practically zero. But of course, we absolutely cannot forget about the origin server. There still has to be an absolute source of truth in this architecture. The origin server is that main central server, like our original London data center, and it holds the master copy of all the content. The edge servers, they just hold the copies. And what's so fantastic about this setup is that since the edge servers are taking care of all those local requests, the origin server has to handle way fewer of them. It basically acts as a massive shield, protecting your core infrastructure from getting totally overwhelmed. So, what exactly is sitting on these local edge servers? We're talking about temporary local storage, which we call caching, specifically for the heavy stuff. This means images, videos, CSS files, large JavaScript bundles, fonts, hefty software updates. Basically, we're targeting the static, heavy, frequently accessed files that would normally chew up a massive amount of global bandwidth. By caching these assets locally, the efficiency gains across your infrastructure are just absolutely off the charts. Okay, let's walk through the actual journey of a single click to see how this plays out. Step 1, a user in, let's say, Singapore opens Spotify. Their app requests some images and media, and that request hits the CDN infrastructure first. Step 2, the network automatically looks at where that user is and identifies the nearest edge server, which is right there in Singapore. Then, in step 3, that local Singapore edge server checks its own cache. It's essentially looking inside and asking, hey, do I already have this specific album cover saved right here? And this brings us to a really brilliant piece of logic. If the edge server does have the file, great, it is cached, and it gets served immediately to the user with basically zero latency. But what if it doesn't? If it's a miss, the edge server will reach out and fetch it just once from that London origin server, deliver it to the user, and here's the real magic. It stores a local copy for itself. So the next time literally anyone else in Singapore requests that exact same album cover, the response is instant.
the system is just constantly learning and optimizing itself. The knock-on effect this has on server load is absolutely massive. Just look at the traffic load on a central origin server when you don't use a CDN. Every single user globally is hammering one server. It is wildly expensive and painfully slow. But the second we distribute that traffic to the edge, the origin workload drops to practically nothing. All that heavy lifting is perfectly spread across thousands of edge servers worldwide. This architecture doesn't just make things faster, it dramatically scales your infrastructure and dramatically cuts down your expensive central server costs.
Honestly, this tech is so incredibly effective that pretty much all modern internet infrastructure depends on it to survive. And we're not just talking about caching a few simple website images anymore. Massive streaming giants, your Netflixes, your YouTubes, they would literally be impossible to run without distributed global caching. Major cloud platforms like AWS and Azure bake managed CDNs right into their core offerings. Even the cutting-edge stuff like high-speed APIs, distributed AI agents, and real-time model inference, they completely rely on edge delivery to respond instantly to users around the globe. Oh, and there is a massive cybersecurity benefit here too. Let's think about a DDoS attack, where a hacker unleashes millions of fake requests to take a site offline. Without a CDN, your central origin server takes that tidal wave straight on, and your application is definitely going to crash. But with a CDN, those thousands of globally distributed edge servers act like a giant, resilient sponge. They absorb the traffic spike, filter out the malicious bots, and basically neutralize the attack before it ever even gets close to your core infrastructure. Now, as we master this architecture, let's just rapid-fire correct a few common beginner mistakes I see all the time. Mistake number 1, believing the CDN replaces your origin server. It absolutely doesn't. You still need your master database and main server. Mistake 2, thinking the edge stores all global data. Nope, it's usually just the heavy, frequently accessed static content. Mistake 3, completely ignoring geographic latency. Physical distance still matters, which is exactly why we need these edge locations. And mistake 4, assuming CDNs are only for heavy video platforms. Almost all modern cloud, web, and AI apps rely heavily on the setup today. So where is all this heading? Well, the future of global delivery is pushing even more power straight to the edge. We're moving way beyond just storing static images. We're talking about full-blown edge computing, actually running core application logic right down the street from the user. We're seeing AI systems autonomously predicting traffic and managing exactly where content should be placed. We're even dropping raw GPUs into edge data centers to process complex AI tasks locally. Basically, computation and delivery are just going to keep moving closer and closer to you. Which leaves us with this final thought. When content feels instant, it usually isn't coming from one distant server. It is often already waiting nearby. The next time you click a video, launch an app, or ask an AI a question and it answers immediately, I want you to ask yourself, is the internet really a massive, sprawling global web? Or has it just become a hyper-localized mirror, sitting quietly right down the street from you? Thanks so much for joining me for today's explainer. Keep that curiosity alive, and we'll catch you in the next one.